joint real quick and grab a bite to eat. I know. I shouldn't do that. I mean, is it even real food? It is so processed and loaded with preservatives. And I know if I do this, I'll still be hungry and just crave more later. I'll just keep craving that fast food over and over and over again. But today it will just have to do. Oh boy, listen to me. I sound like the Israelites in Exodus chapter 2, verse 3. They were just complaining about the food that God sent them. I really should stop complaining. The food that I receive through the drive-thru will at least fill me up for a little bit. I guess I'll be like everybody else in the world, and I'll just join the crowd. Oh, to grandmother's house we go. What fond memories I have of going to grandmother's house. We would all sit down around the table with our family and our close friends. We would all devour her cooking. She would always make things from scratch, like her fresh-picked veggies from her garden, the apples from her orchard that made that delicious apple pie. She always told us she had a secret ingredient. I think it was love, sprinkled with hugs and kisses. Christ's body given for you. Christ's blood shed for you. In John 6:35, Jesus is the bread of life. It does not get any purer than that. Do you feel like you're living on fast food? When we think about our spiritual life and fast food, they don't really go together. But if you're living your spiritual life in the fast food drive-through lane, you're not getting your faith filled. It'd be like saying a quick prayer every now and again. That's not truly getting full of God's love and the bread of life. Now, going to grandmother's house, here you are taking time. You're gathering around the dinner table. You might help prepare the food. The food isn't really processed. It's not McDonald's. It's a little more wholesome from the gardens and the apple tree. So it has that substance to it. Those ingredients that were grown and picked with love and care. In your spiritual life, this would be like taking the time to pray daily. Reading your Bible, participating in weekly Sunday school, and doing devotions. It is living every day knowing that God does provide. He has an abundance of love for me and for you. When we come to God's table, we know that God has sent His only Son, Jesus Christ, to be the bread of life. This is the purest of foods that we could ever eat understand. John 6:27 says, it's the real thing. We would live every day accepting, acknowledging, and affirming that Jesus is the bread of life. When we accept being at God's table and knowing that Jesus is the bread of life. Imagine, what would our everyday lives look like? Living, breathing the purest of foods. Every day of our lives would be filled with giving back, being one with the Holy Trinity. Sharing that bread of life can be volunteering at the One Stop Center. It could be stopping and helping a single mom along the way. It could be feeding our empty little tummies of Manatee County. It could be youth going to New Orleans, making an impact, breaking down those barrier walls. It could be making a simple phone call to someone you haven't seen in church in a while. It becomes part of who we are. We don't have to stop and think, oh, I need to do this. It becomes automatic when we really and truly accept that Jesus is the bread of life. When we think back of these three foods, fast food, old-fashioned cooking with love, sprinkled in, or the purest of foods, the bread of life. How are you going to choose to transport the bread of life? Through a fast food, drive-through, a tasty meal with some love sprinkled in? Or will you choose to step out of the crowd and live and share